Hey everybody, Steve with Cinesamples here. This is our highlight video for the Vector engine in our Continuum Guitars library. This is a really cool tool that allows you to create evolving pads and textures using a variety of modulation effects applied in really creative ways. Let's take a look at how this works. To get to the Vector engine, choose from the Sound Source menu one of the three Vector options. Note that this will replace the Steps engine in the lower area of the patch interface. The Vector engine, as you can see, is divided into two areas, lower and upper. These are represented on the Kontakt virtual keyboard in the blue for the lower and green for the upper ranges. For each range, you have an XY modulation grid as well as a volume slider. The split indicates the crossover point. You can choose any note to have be the place where the lower versus upper modulation and volume effects will take hold. Along the bottom octave here, we have the red key switches for presets. This allows us to save a variety of configurations for the different XY grid placements and modulation effects as we see fit. For example, I right now have the C0 key switch selected, and both of the XY modulation grids are in the lower left position. If I change to the D0 key switch, I have them set so that the points are in the upper right-hand corners instead, and you note that they move in real time. The speed knob here controls how fast the points will move between the different automation parameters. If I want to create a new preset, I can select a different key, like the E0 key switch here, and place the XY grid points where I want them. This allows me to customize how simple or complex I want the modulation to be. So let's take a look at how this sounds when applied in real time. Starting with both the lower and upper range in the leftmost position, bottom left position of the XY grid, the least amount of modulation that's being applied. Use the lower range for drones and textures, and the upper range for melodic effects. Now take a listen to what happens as I change the presets while holding down the drones. So it's really cool that you can get these varied levels of modulation and textures applied to the lower and the upper registers independently. This gives you a huge amount of creative freedom and flexibility with how you can apply these drones and textures in your own compositions. This is great for scoring, this is great for sound design, and for creating pads and background elements, and it's just a really amazing tool that has a lot of creative potential. In Continuum Guitars, we have a built-in help feature, so if you need more information about a particular module, you can click on the question mark here in the upper right-hand corner of the patch. Mouse over the area that you want more information, and click on it to bring up the overlay that will give you the full explanation of how the feature works and all of the different components involved. I hope that you found this information helpful. I hope that you're feeling inspired about how to use this vector tool in your own compositions, and I think that it's going to be really exciting to see what people come up with using this really, really powerful tool. Thanks very much for watching. Check out some of our other highlights videos and walkthrough videos for Continuum Guitars. Stay tuned. for more great things coming from Cinesamples.